Oh wait, I don't know if that worked. Did that work? Did that work? Maybe. Hello? Alright, it needs a minute to warm up.
Sure.
Hi. Okay, I think it's working.
Here we are.
It's
What's
just
up?
Not refreshing on here. Also, that is still too bright. It's still too bright. Come here.
You're looking better. I'll bring him here. Can he watch with us? Is he old enough?
He won't understand. It's not a cartoon.
This is my new guy right now.
It's my roommate's guy. Okay, go over here. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to movie night. Hope you all had a... Well, they're not all American, but it was America Week in America this last week. That's why we're watching an American movie.
It's a little coincidental.
It all ties in.
I think we figured out the movie before we figured out the date.
That's the perfect spot, by the way, dude. You should just sit right there.
Yeah, stay right there, bud.
All right, let's see who's here tonight. Hello, hello, hello. Sandwich, August, Snowy, Jacob. Jacob's in Britain right now. That's a much better time zone than Australia. Michael, Robert, Summers Dolls, Donna, Robert again. Because I don't know how to read. There's 32 people in the chat right now. Hello, 32, 33 concurrent viewers. Snowy says, I only remember America Day because my dad's birthday falls on the same day. Abe is here. Abe watched Jaws on the 4th of July. Eric is here. Personal Unknown is here. So with me tonight is Alex. Alex has been doing a lot of edits on this channel.
Ever since Miss Doubtfire.
Yeah, all the backstory segments, all those animations. That's him.
Those little Monty Python animations, that's all me.
If you want to pay hundreds of dollars for professionally done animations, he is a freelancer.
That is something I do. Professionally, I do TV commercials. I work in the beauty, skincare. I do shampoo, makeup commercials, that kind of stuff.
And you also edit
YouTube poops.
Yeah.
All that kind of stuff.
Do Arnold Schwarzenegger belly jiggle edits now, too.
I think that's probably a common thing. A lot of people in the industry that are around our age, we probably all started making YouTube poops. That's how I learned how to edit.
I made a YouTube back in the day.
I was making YouTube poops back in like 2006, downloading stuff off of LimeWire.
But see, you say yours don't exist anymore. Mine.
They all got taken down for copyright.
Mine are still up.
Oh, really?
Most of them.
Yeah, no. All mine were taken down for copyright, or all the sound was taken out for copyright reasons.
SpongeBob?
It was all SpongeBob stuff.
Why?
I did the most uncreative shit in the world. It was like Sailor Mouth, but replace all the curse words with Sam Jackson lines.
Classic, yeah. No, I used to do, be like, I have to do a different cartoon every time, so I would always do...
I inspired you to make a WarioWare edit. That's cool. I'd love to see that.
Wait. Oh, yeah, Sandwich.
That was a really fun animation to do, was the WarioWare one. Because, like, those are some of my favorite games.
That was, like...
That was really fun.
That was creative genius on your part.
That was your idea, I think. I think that was your idea. But,
it was my, just the song was my idea. I didn't know you were going to actually, like, do a whole edit. Because you could have just used You could have just used the song.
I had to. And it was like, there was just, like, the right amount of dance sequences and the right amount of...
Alright, here's Sandwich Studios' YouTube account. 233 subscribers,
Shout
AMVs, and or YouTube poops.
I see a WarioWare thing there.
Oh my
gosh.
That's
fun. Oh, shout out Steamed Hams. Oh my god, that's great! Nicely
Yeah,
done.
this is professional. All right, I can't blade side the microphone.
No, nicely
Pull that
done.
up later.
Good job.
Yeah, look up Sandwich Studios' YouTube account and go look at this WarioWare edit. Oh my gosh, collabs! I remember those. I tried to do those, and then
Were you a Newgrounds kid?
no, actually, so
I was when I was too young to go on
I
Newgrounds.
guess this would be like ancient knowledge at this point for whoever makes YouTube poops. But there used to be a forum website called YouChew. It was like youchew.net, and it was like a forum website for people who made YouTube poops. I remember there was a lot of drama, and I think it shut down in like 2019.
2-hour YouTube poop stream. That's fun.
Good 2-hour YouTube. No, we gotta watch some cinema.
Pull up
tonight.
Best of Walrus Guy.
Watch it in 480p. I was more of a Crobo production.
Oh, everyone loves Crobo. Yeah.
I really liked. Fresh Prince
Fresh
of Bear.
Prince is probably the greatest.
The My Little
poop,
Pony ones.
Yeah. I pulled up. I forgot who made it. I pulled up The King Gets a Car or King's New Car. Remember that one?
Yeah.
That one's great.
Swish Films was the one that.
There's like a debate between like the YouTube poops that are just noise or the YouTube poops that tell a new story, and I always liked the ones that told a new story with the footage.
Swish Films was also
Swish
a favorite.
Films.
Like me and my friends are in quarantine. As recently as like quarantine, we're like watching those and quoting them. And then I know the Swish Films came back out of nowhere and posted a new video like a couple months ago. And
Yeah.
everyone's like, what?
What's everybody's favorite YouTube poop? Zelda CDI stuff, all classic. I always love the PSA stuff as well. A genre that I loved a lot was commercials. There were a lot for Billy Mays and a lot for like Slap Chop. I loved all of those.
By the way, the movie we were watching.
Oh, the Robotnik
tonight,
poop from 2024, the Crobo one, 2024. That one's incredible. That's the one with the I collect cereals.
Oh, I didn't know that was.
That's Crobo, yeah. That one's so
Oh.
good. It took me 9 years to collect the cereals.
I gotta catch up. I'm glad that he's still.
That one's so good.
I'm glad he's still an artist. I'm glad he's still honing his craft. You know, there's also like Emperor Lemon who used to do that, and
Makes
I
great
think
documentaries.
CS 188 is still around.
Yeah.
Many veterans of the industry here. So I have just pinned the link to the movie in the chat. It is also on Tubi. If you have ad block, you can use Tubi. And as always, I am raising money for some GoFundMe campaigns for people in Gaza. And as always, I'm going to write the number of donations on this board. So if you donate, I will write a number on a board. And I'm not in school anymore, so I don't get a chance to write things on boards that often. And I made that too. I should have started the D on that side.
Be a fool about fire safety. That's a great one, too. ShamWow guy was wheels off. There was a running joke in one of the Evasive videos where I, instead of using the IMDb headshots, I used the mug shots of everybody because it was just a coincidence that everybody had one. I think it was was it Junior? I think it was Junior. It was whatever the one O.J. Simpson was considered for. And I was just like, let me see how many of these guys have headshots. And it was all of them. It was O.J. Simpson and Mel Gibson, yeah.
No, not. It was Woody Harrelson.
And Woody Harrelson. He
Yeah.
has a mugshot, too.
I don't think it was O.J. I don't think O.J. Simpson was part of that.
Oh, I think it was mentioned in the
I
video.
think I mentioned.
Oh, that's
O.J.
what it was.
Simpson, yeah. I was like, you're talking about what year it was.
Yes, it was. It was talking about what
See,
masculine depiction in films was at the time.
Yeah, that was it. I see. I don't even remember my own videos. I make too many of them. All right. So if you're here and you're just lurking, say hi. I want to know how many people have watched American Movie before. I have only seen it. You said you've seen this a bunch of times.
I've probably seen this movie a dozen times or more.
This was
Yeah.
your idea to watch. I watched it once during quarantine with my dad, who was very confused the whole time because he thought I was putting on a comedy. So I've seen it and I've not seen it.
It's very interesting because a lot of people are like not convinced at first that it is an unscripted film.
See, look at this. Never watched before. Wow. Nope, never heard of it.
So to get everybody really interested in it, it'd be interesting to look up Chris Smith on IMDb, the director of this film. This was his big breakout hit, and really recently this guy's been taking off. So it took about 20 years for him to really, really start going and getting more and more work, but haven't watched an American movie. But Chris Smith ended up making the Fire Festival documentary, and then he ended up producing Tiger King afterwards. So he's very good at finding weirdos.
Yeah, no, he also made the documentary about
yes, Coven. That's the other thing too. We'll get to Coven.
No, this was his like first.
This is big breakout hit.
Executive producer of Tiger King.
Yes.
Made the Firefest documentary on Netflix.
The one that I know there were two of them. He did the one that interviewed.
Because there was like a period of like 10 years where he basically didn't make anything.
Yeah, he made an American movie and then a couple small things here and there, and then he really broke out again with Fire Festival, and then Tiger King, which everybody in the world saw Tiger King.
So he's like he's still making Netflix documentaries. He made a documentary about Vince McMahon last year, 6-part Netflix docuseries about Vince McMahon. And he just put out.
Oh, AVGN said that this is the most quotable movie. I totally agree. And this is a movie that has absolutely affected my vocabulary.
All right, let me get... There we are.
Never watched Tiger King. It's pretty good, but I think the Tiger King moment may have passed.
The Tiger King? Yeah, no, there was a moment. If you watched it March to May 2020...
Yes, he was in Family Guy. Mark and Mike from this film had a Family Guy appearance. Was Fire the one plagiarized by Illuminati? I don't know which one Illuminati plagiarized, but it was one of the two.
I think it was both.
Maybe it was both. Yeah, I'm very much looking forward to this movie. I'm very...
When was the last time you watched this that you can remember?
A year and a half ago.
Okay, so it's...
I watched it for another friend's project. I was just like... Another friend asked me, you want to, pick any movie, and this is the one I picked.
That's so real.
I love subjecting people to this one. There's a lot of AVGN episodes that quote this movie. The one I remember the one with the Cowardly Lion. The, hey man, did you just swear? Trigger warning, do no animals get hurt in this movie? I don't know if there are any animals in this movie that I can remember. I don't believe there are any animals in this film. It's mostly a couple Midwestern weirdos.
I'm also going to make some popcorn.
Excellent.
And
it's wild that this guy has gone on to do stuff because this movie portrays almost zero self-awareness. Yeah, Chris Smith has been the most successful out of the bunch of everybody. Mark Borchardt ended up being like a cult figure, ended up doing a couple indie films here and there. I don't know if he ever directed anything after this, but he definitely makes some appearances, and it's usually just like tongue-in-cheek. No animal representation. Yeah, I can't remember if there are any animals in this movie at all. Maybe somebody has a pet. I don't remember.
Where does this takes place? Menomonee Falls.
It takes place in Wisconsin. Yeah, you can't forget.
Menomonee Falls, Wisconsin. Population 38,000.
These guys are wearing Packers jerseys half the movie. It's funny, my brother is a big football nerd. Like, this is a movie for nerds, and he hadn't seen this movie before, so I was telling him about what I was doing tonight. And I told him about there's a football game that they watch in the movie. And I told him about the game, and he goes, "Oh, so 1997." I'm like, "What's wrong with you?"
When do you know that? Just off the top of your head. So we're gonna
the drugs and alcohol line. No spoilers for that. It's one of the best lines in the whole movie.
We are going to start at 9 o'clock.
You're right. There is a turkey in the movie.
I am going to just double check. Okay, so... Oh, wait, hello. Alright, no donations yet. I am going to go run to the bodega real quick and get some candy.
Cool. You want me to stay around and talk to chat?
Yeah, entertain the chat. This is why I bring guests on. It's just so they can do my job for me.
Cool.
Y'all ask questions about editing.
Yeah, just a quick recap. I'm the editor on a lot of Evasive stuff. So all the backstory segments since... since last August. Almost a year now, really.
You do the visuals.
Yeah, so I
do
do
the animations.
Yep.
He's the animator.
So visuals on a lot of stuff. So you got questions about Evasive episodes. You got questions about... yeah, probably starting the movie around 9. Oh, yeah, so we'll talk about also during the movie. It's a film called American Movie, which I think is very funny because it has absolutely the worst SEO imaginable. So whenever I'm trying to show friends clips from this movie, I will try to look up American Movie and throw up a quote or something like that. And you just search something on Google, and it's just like, here are American movies starring this actor, or here are American movies where these kind of things happen. It's just such terrible SEO that it's impossible to find anything about this movie, which is kind of a shame, because this is something I try to show off quite a lot. SEO, search engine optimization. So my professional career, I work in advertising most of the time, so is Evasive a good boss? Yes, for sure. Evasive and I are friends. It's very funny. So search engine optimization is yeah, exactly. So what that means is like when you try to Google something, you want to make sure that your thing shows up first. So in the case of something like American Movie, it's really bad because it's very hard to find anything from this movie because you end up just getting movies that are American movies. That's the thing too, is you can search American Movie 1999 and it'll just be like, here's I don't know, Godzilla or whatever. I don't know what movies came out in 1999. Wild Wild West, maybe? Something like that. American Movie Doc, yeah. It's not that it's impossible to find. It's just not as easy as it should be. American Movie, 1999, full movie, Shady Link. Yes. At LimeWire. Anybody else, going back to making YouTube poops when I was a kid, did anybody else ever destroy a computer with LimeWire? Because I certainly did. This would be a great movie to be showing off in film class. I think this is for anybody who wants to get into filmmaking. This is both something where you can learn a lot and also simultaneously relate to everything that's going on. 99, good year for movies, yeah. What are some good ones from 99? Phantom Menace? Is that right? Favorite film when it comes to editing? That's a good call. So there's this funny joke that I threw into the Emilia Perez episode because I was a little salty that it got nominated for Best Editing. So as an editor by trade, when it comes to editing is about sequencing and putting shots together and telling a story with everything. It's not about doing creative transitions. And I have a feeling that the editing was because of camera shake and because of like that triple split screen scene. That's probably why I got it. So in order to demonstrate that in the Evasive episode, I made a Windows Movie Maker opening. And I was like, this is just what it looks like. Snooping as usual in the Emilia Perez. Yeah, thanks. Matrix was 99. You're right. Iron Giant? Oh, jeez. So Iron Giant is the one I haven't seen in a while, but definitely used to be a yearly rewatch for me. Blair Witch, American Pie. Yeah, a lot of these will be Election's favorite editing. Oh yeah, so yeah. What's a really great editing film? It's honestly, and I hate to say it because it's like so cliche, but I want to say Edgar Wright stuff, and I hate to say that because I feel like that's like so typical. But maybe. And honestly, there are certain parts of American movie we'll get to, because I think like uh, when it comes to documentaries, that's really where like really great editing happens, because the story is told in the edit. So it really is a lot on the editor. And I've edited documentary stuff before, and it is complicated and it is difficult, and you really have to appreciate that kind of thing. I can cut off your audio so you can say ping us. So yeah, Iron Giant is definitely one I want to watch again. So I have never actually edited with scissors. I've never done that kind of editing, though I did start filmmaking, 25 years ago. I probably picked up a camera and started editing something for the first time, but back then it was like a VHS camcorder, and it was editing as you were filming the thing. So you'd record, you'd stop, and then you'd keep going. Both of David Lynch's editors are great. Yeah. Oh, that's a great one. That's a great example. My favorite David Lynch film has great editing in it. It's Wild at Heart. Brilliant editing in that one, for sure. And the color on that film is also really, really beautiful too. Yeah, editing with scissors and tape is not something I've done before. My first here's going back. My first non-linear editing software was Sony Vegas, and I don't even think it's called that anymore. But that's what I picked up back in like 2006. Election is the best from '99. I've actually never seen that film, so I'm actually going to put that on my Letterboxd watch list now, or want to watch. Anybody here on Letterboxd? Election 1999. Directed by Alexander Payne. Yeah, no, I haven't seen this film. I'm putting this on my watch list. Oof. Watching this after No Country for Old Men, that's rough. This is a good, mostly very lighthearted kind of film, so very fun. Correct answer for movie with best edit, Bohemian Rhapsody. Maybe don't talk to me about that one. I know Bohemian Rhapsody's editing is clowned on a lot, and I kind of, will actually very much agree that it's pretty bad. But as a commercial editor, I'm definitely asked to do that kind of editing quite a lot. I just think it's exhausting for a film. Okay, you joke, of course. Yeah, okay. I was trying to be nice in return. Letterboxd is better than IMDb. I use Letterboxd as like a place for shit posting. That's what I love to do. What did I write last time for this movie? So, Election. Yeah, and I'll definitely be logging this one again as soon as I come up with something creative to say. Oh, my review last time was, "This shit has profoundly altered my vocabulary, man." We'll get into that voice when we watch this. Being John Malkovich is great too. Another great editing one. But that's another example where it's like when you talk about editing, like effects is not editing. Yeah, Malkovich. And another Spike Jonze film from the era that I love a lot is Adaptation. That's another one with great editing. I have another great one, and I hate to throw out more cliche ones, but editing like that is stylized and is actually good is Oppenheimer. And I hate to say, because it's like, when it's like obvious editing, I usually think obvious editing is not good. So obvious editing is like, your job as the editor is to tell the story and to almost be invisible. But in a case like Oppenheimer, when you have multiple stories and multiple timelines happening at different times, it's extremely important that you're able to follow it. But also, it's a 3+ hour movie that goes super, super quick when you're watching it. This title makes it sound like one of the Ohio movies. Bowfinger. Yeah, Bowfinger's a good movie. Silence of the Lambs. Christopher Nolan North. That's... Nolan North is an actor, right? Is he a voice actor? That sounds familiar, that name. Kill Bill is good stylized editing, yes. But yeah, there's a difference between, like, transitions and effects and everything. And actual proper editing. Yeah, Kill Bill is like a cool, a really cool movie because I'm also a big fan of mixed media films, and the first one has all sorts of shit going on that's really cool. Nolan North is the Deadpool voice actor. That's right, he's on a ton of video games. That's why that name sounds familiar. I look forward to seeing everyone's reaction when it comes to the iconic line from the uncle. That is something that I quote all the time, and nobody knows what I'm talking about. Baz Luhrmann, yes. I just that's a very fun one because I say it ironically because I think it's very fun. But when I first saw the Elvis movie, I compared it to shaking keys in front of a baby. That's what it feels like watching some of his movies, but it's so fun.
I was trying to find the American flag colored Airheads Extremes, but I didn't have them, so I just got the...
Nice.
If you know, you know. Real ones eat these.
We're talking about our favorite editing in films.
Some of my favorite editing is...
Telephone scene and adaptation, yeah.
Whatever they did for Pop Star, the Andy Samberg movie.
Yeah.
They managed to sit down a bunch of really famous people for fake interviews and then only use one thing they said. Or in the case of Arcade Fire, not even a single line.
That's
they just
hilarious.
show up and do like this for 2 seconds. And it's like, you really sat down Arcade Fire and then that's all you used. I blame Lorne Michaels. Something got left in the cutting room floor there. All right, we're going to get this movie started. Let me check the donations. Does everyone have it pulled up on your end? Either on Tubi or Internet Archive or Abe, if you're in the chat. I know you always like get these things on DVD because you're a film student. Also,
this is a great one to have on DVD because it comes with the extras. And the extras are great because you get like a whole extra film with it.
Thank you to Serena in the chat for donating $25. Very much appreciated. That's going to go there.
In a Violent Nature is fun editing too. And that's one where it's like, when you have action like that and you want to follow the action as the editor, it feels a little strange to just leave it because it feels like you're not doing anything, but that choice is super important. And as an editor, if you're just going to choose to let that shot go for like 5 minutes, like there are some shots in that movie that are like 5 minutes long or something like that, and it's a perfect choice. If you cut away during those, I think that's much worse editing. Editing doesn't have to be like Bohemian Rhapsody where it's happening all the time. Good editing can be nothing.
Bohemian Rhapsody.
We were talking about that one too, and I was like not sure if we were being serious, if it was good or not, so I was being kind.
You know what has great editing is everything Adam McKay makes.
Adam McKay?
Yeah, Vice, Don't Look Up. Vice is the one that I really remember where I'm like, this is weird.
I think...
This is funky.
I think that's good script structure too, for sure. I like the structure of those.
Abe says, I can't get every movie on DVD or Blu-ray, nor should I, honestly.
Yeah. Sometimes it's worth it, though. Because I'm streaming services being unreliable. This is one that I keep on DVD just because I would be very sad if I could never find it.
What would I do without 2 copies of Jack and Jill?
Is that what's the most shameful DVD you have? I have a copy of Battlefield Earth because I think it's hilarious.
Probably.
Thank you to Michael.
Baby Jesus
for
2.
all
Family edition.
In high school, my friends and I used to watch that all the time.
I talked about it in a video once. That's why I have it. Thank you, Michael, for $5 and for your message that I'm not going to read out loud.
Can I read it out loud?
Yeah, you can read out loud.
It says, pee pee poo poo.
Good. I do have all 350 Shades of Grey on Blu-ray, so that might be worse, actually. It's Pat the Movie on DVD.
Battlefield Earth or Dutch Angles the movie. So I have it specifically because of the one scene where John Travolta stuffs a rat in some guy's face and says, "Do you want lunch?" I have it specifically for that. I don't care about any other part of that movie besides that.
Can you believe that movie they were hoping would convert people to Scientology?
Oh, can I believe that Battlefield Earth would convert people to Scientology? Yeah, I do. I do believe they would try that. They tried, there's a famous record that also tried it. I want to say it was the Edgar Winter Group. Tried to make a Scientology record. One bad movie to have is The Room. That's another fun one too, but that's another one where you kind of have to have friends around to watch it. There are some fun movies that, like, I can watch by myself, but I don't know if I can watch The Room by myself. Like, that's one where you need at least one person in the room who's never seen it.
In the room.
In the room, to watch The Room.
Speaking of The Room, this was actually one of the first DVDs I ever bought. In fact, I played The Room Flash game on Newgrounds and was like, that's so funny, I need to watch this movie. I think I was 12.
You saw The Room in a theater. I've actually never done that. That's a fun experience. I want to see The Room, and I want to see whatever the next Neil Breen film is in theaters. That's what I want to see. Troll 2. We had a Troll 2 clip in, was it Sia? I think we had it in Sia, yeah.
Yeah. I also watched Troll 2 on this live stream.
Mission Earth, you're right. That's the one.
We watched Troll 2 on this live stream at some, I don't remember when, at some point. Months ago. Last year at some point. I don't know. It was fun.
Yeah.
Very memeable.
You saw The Room and then decided to go to film school.
Yeah. Because not only did I see The Room in middle school, I read the Disaster Artist book years before there was a movie. And I remember being disappointed at how much the movie left out of that story.
Have we seen The Phoenician Scheme? I have not.
Not yet. By the time it came out, I was like, oh, I'm going to go see that. And then it's like already leaving theaters. And I'm like, Asteroid City was around longer, I feel like.
Yeah. I guess the best editing that I can think of in his movies is the hotel one. What's that one called? Grand Budapest. That one I think has the best editing out of them. Or I love Rushmore. I'm a sucker for Rushmore, but Rushmore is a movie about me.
I need to watch it again. I watched during quarantine.
I was the kid. I was in every club in high school. I was absolutely that kid. I was the one doing theater club and taekwondo and everything like that.
What was your GPA?
My GPA in high school was like 2.2.
Oh.
It was horrendous.
Okay.
Just like Max. It was bad. My grades were bad, but I did everything. College, I was good, but high school, no.
August says I bought tickets to see One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. I need
Fun.
to watch that again because I'm watching every Danny DeVito movie, and
Yeah.
I haven't seen that movie since like 2019.
That'll be a fun one. So, fun fact about me is I've seen every Nick Cage film. I've seen every single one.
So if I ever get around to also doing that for a video,
I didn't even make a video out of it. I just think he's a terrific actor. That's not a joke, by the way. I've seen all of them.
what would you say is the most underrated one besides?
The most underrated one is a Werner Herzog one. It's called Bad Lieutenant, Port of Call, New Orleans. It's a masterpiece. It's so good.
Weird title.
Yeah, because he wanted to call it Port of Call New Orleans, and the producers were like, nobody's gonna fucking watch that, dude. So they plagiarized the title of another film. Abed Camp.
Why DeVito? Why not? Because he's a living meme.
My favorite Nick Cage film is Mandy. Sorry, but then probably Wild at Heart. It's on my Letterboxd. I have
Bringing Out the Dead was one of my favorites.
Bringing Out the Dead is incredible. That's probably on my top 5.
Jeff, to answer your question, because he's a meme, and that's all you need. How many memes are there of Danny DeVito?
I got my top 4 on Letterboxd is Mandy, Wild at Heart, Bringing Out the Dead, and Bad Lieutenant, Port of Call, New Orleans. So those are my top 4 Nick Cage films. Pedro Pascal one was fun too.
Do you see the one where he plays himself, my adult Catholic convert, closeted gay uncle? There's a lot of things going on in that sentence. Loves it so much.
The one where he plays himself. Oh, that's the Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent. Yeah, adaptation's incredible. It's a really good movie. Vampire's Kiss is fun, but there's like some really unfortunate dated stuff in the concept of that one. It's like kind of hard to watch at points, but it's definitely like one of the fun, crazy ones. And it's definitely got one of those things where it's for every guy to tell their girlfriend that, look, this is what happened behind the scenes. It's because he actually ate a bug on set. You've heard that before? Yeah. It's like that movie's version of kicking the helmet in Lord of the Rings.
Someone's got to do it. All right, we're going to get the movie started because it's past 9 o'clock.
I love Face Off. That's actually a good movie.
I'm going to say 3, 2, 1, go, and we're all going to press play at the same time. Is everybody ready? Say in the chat if you're ready.
I do count the background films. Yes. So Fast Times and there's another Coppola one, Rumblefish.
I am not doing that for Danny DeVito. My metric is no documentaries, no like TV specials, and he has to be in the movie for at least 10 minutes. Okay. Chat is ready.
All right.
Jordan has brownie mix.
Oh, I'm so excited.
Everyone,
shout out to brownies.
You're about to watch this with a bunch of people who've never seen it before. So.
I'm so happy. Snake Eyes is a good film too.
All right. I'm going to say 3, 2, 1, go, y'all. As soon as I pull up the timer, which is tools, scripts. Okay. Okay. 3, 2, 1, go. And that's all. And that's
cool.
it.
How much you want me to talk during this? Like a full commentary track?
You. You know best.
Sure.
Yeah, I don't remember any of this.
Yeah. It starts so earnestly. The whole thing is very earnest.
Richard has pho. Eric has the yogurt. Cheers to that.
So this is a movie I watched when I was a kid for the first time. It's probably 11 or 12 years old when I watched this. And somehow I still wanted to be a filmmaker.
Yeah, there's something about it. The whole,
It's definitely a cautionary tale.
Did you ever watch Brigsby Bear?
No.
The Kyle Mooney movie where he's, like, a kid who's, like, raised by, like, a crazy dad who keeps him in this, like, compound his whole life.
No.
And so his dad's played by Mark Hamill. And the dad, like, creates a fake TV show for his son to watch every day called Brigsby Bear. And he gets out and he finds out the world hasn't ended and nobody on earth knows what Brigsby Bear is except for him. And he becomes determined to, like, turn it into a real show because he loved it so much and he wants to prove that his dad wasn't all bad.
Yeah. So, guys, this is Mike. And We'll talk about Mike later. Mike is like my favorite person in any movie.
What is he up to now?
He's dead.
Oh.
Yeah. It's really sad, but he died a couple of years ago. It does feel like a Christopher Guest film, and that's why people are like, I don't know if this is real or not. No. It feels like Spinal Tap, but it is not. Yes, whoever who said that, you're right. I was smoking dope and drinking beer. I'm just gonna be doing that voice the whole time.
This is on the top, like, 50 highest rated documentaries, right?
I hope so. And it's about nothing. Oh, so this is the This is the scene I always show people to get people to watch this.
Yeah, this is also one of Edgar Wright's favorite movies.
It's a movie for nerds. That's what I said.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, this is the 63rd highest rated.
Nice. He says that like he's trying to flex that.
So he's 58 years old now.
Wait. Life is kind of cool sometimes is something that I say all the time. So I don't know if they're 19 or 39. Mark in this film is 30 years old, which I think is very hard because I am now older than him. I think this is my first time watching this film being older than these guys.
How old were they?
They were 30. I'm 31. Like Hans Moleman, yeah.
Yeah.
AVGN quoted, "Life is kind of cool sometimes." Great.
Yeah, look at Mark. He hasn't. His last thing that he made was the Dundee Project. He has two working projects, Northwestern and Scare Me, that he's been working on since the early 2000s, and neither have come out.
So this right now, he's talking about making film Northwestern. This is the table read for Northwestern.
Which still doesn't exist.
This is 25 years ago. And he's talking about this film that has not come out. Which is why I think this movie, the title of this film, American Movie, works so well. It's about the American dream. It's about trying to put things together from nothing and creating something out of nothing and following your dreams. But this is a behind the scenes documentary of a movie that never got made.
Yeah.
What? The More the Scarier is such a great title. Look at Mike.
Oh, thank you to... Wait a minute. Never mind.
Mike is like that friend that you've had forever who's just like the coolest guy. You always want him around. He's always bringing a good vibe to the set. I always had friends like that I always put in my short films when I was a kid. Yeah, the Wisconsin accent on vodka. What does he say? Like, vodka? I think he says, vodka? We were in the back drinking vodka? That just sounds like strong sad.
Yeah.
Scary tales of the macabre. Mike, Jay, and Rich vibes? Oh, hell yeah. The movie timer is the time code on the movie that we're on right now.
Yeah.
So if you ever fall behind, you can reference that and catch up with us. I've wanted to make a feature film in a cemetery. Random Homestar Runner reference. I feel like that's one of those things I instinctively reference, that in The Simpsons, every single Evasive video. He can't finish a sentence. It's so funny. He never finishes his sentences. Imagine 10 weekends with that man. Dude.
No.
Mike is bare. I love how he's ad-libbing on his own script. But yeah, Mike is just barely there, but like, you're happy he is there. Ooh.
Everyone knows a Mike.
Everyone knows a Mike, and I think everyone should have a Mike. Actually, everyone should try to be Mike. Which... there are a lot of things in here that remind me of Napoleon Dynamite. Oh, these are good. Ah, so real.
Mm.
Like the film, like Mike. Yeah, I'm gonna gush over Mike Shake the whole time. Which Pope would weep?
I love how the Wikipedia page for
Mark
Mark is a picture of him with a microphone eating a sandwich.
Mm-hmm. Here's fan favorite character Bill. Eric says, which pope would weep? Do you know pope history? I grew up Catholic. I know pope history. I went to Catholic school.
Which one stole the apple of Eden and was killed by Ezio Auditore da Firenze? Was it Borgia?
I don't know.
There's
a really funny. There's a really funny. You ever play Jackbox? What's the You Don't Know Jack? You ever play You Don't Know Jack?
Yeah.
There was a section called This or That, and my favorite one they ever had was name of a pope or Britney Spears song, and it would be like Innocence.
I remember that.
Pious.
Glorious.
Yeah. The whistle makes my skin crawl. Do you think they rented out this restaurant or they just stole this shot? Oh, there's our Packers gear. Not a football guy.
Part of the reason I like the Packers so much is like that team is good, and also they don't have many other teams to cheer for up there.
Yeah.
It's like people in San Diego with the Padres.
Yeah. Well, they got the Brewers up there too. Jacob. Oh my God. Jacob Campo is here. Yeah, Jacob is my little brother.
I love this wood-paneled Midwestern basement. This is me making my videos.
Jake, I showed Jacob this video when he was young too, or this movie. I showed Jacob this movie, and now he's never mind, no relation actually.
Every Midwestern house had a panel wall basement.
Yeah.
Pretty common also in New England.
Mm-hmm.
Probably Canada.
You own a Coven 2 shirt. I actually just noticed that there's a Coven 2 VHS behind him in there. I never noticed that before.
Coven 2.
Yeah.
Silent.
I think my dream purchase for like completely unnecessary shit is I want an original line printing of Coven. Like one that he put that awful blue paper into the VHS box by himself. Mark's unsupportive father, Cliff. To be honest, it's a little hard to support Mark. He's kind of annoying, but he's earnest.
Brutal.
Mm.
Oh, the carpet in the kitchen.
It's very back rooms, yeah. So yes, this starts as a behind the scenes for the making of Northwestern, and now they're switching the film that they're working on. How many steps away from Coven is Nick Cage? Don't know if I can do that one. If you lose the plot, it's just people saying dude and man a lot for an hour and a half. The way he says Coven, oh, we'll get to that. Coven, we'll get to that.
Coven. I remember this is where my dad was really getting confused.
Because they're just doing a different movie now? Yeah. It sounds like he's saying that, yeah.
They're very, SpongeBob and Patrick.
A little bit, yeah. I heard an analysis that it's like every comedy needs an orange man and a banana man. Like, Bert and Ernie.
Yeah.
I always forget about this part.
Colvin. Sounds so Midwestern.
He can't finish his sentence.
Okay, yeah, SpongeBob's a stretch. What other... There's so many examples.
They're Kevin Smith characters, but like, I don't know.
Jay and Silent Bob.
Even more pathetic. Yeah. Rectangle and circle friend is a good way to put it too. I feel bad about this because it's truly horrible that he's swindling his like 98-year-old uncle.
And doing it while wearing a oversized Packers beanie that looks like a sock on his head.
Yeah, this is true. I mean, yeah, this is truly degenerate shit that he does. Still love this movie, but yeah, this is indefensible.
Long ab beanie.
Okay, Columbus took a chance. That's the dad who doesn't believe in his son but wants to be supportive and is trying.
I hate to say it, Bill reminds me of Chris Chan's dad.
Oh my god. Do you realize if they see those pictures on the internet?
They could condemn our house. I'm cutting down the internet.
They could condemn.
Like,
I'm working on it.
He's so... Something about just like he just accepts his fate. He's like, I guess I have to give this boy money.
I'm working on it.
I guess I have to support this degenerate grandson of mine.
Uncle Bill is pro-surge. We'll get to that. We were just talking about that before stream started. Mm-hmm. This movie makes me want to give up on my dreams. Oddly, I had the opposite reaction when I was a kid. I wanted to do it more.
Well, okay, listen.
I was like, I just want to be better than these guys ended up.
We're only 22 minutes in, so...
Yeah.
Your dreams still have space.
It does suck that I related to this when I was 11.
Well, they are very childish.
Yeah.
He's living at home, right?
Even this right here, I have asked my own mother to be an extra in my films.
Hi, Terrence.
Terrence! You don't know me, but I edited one of your videos. That's one clip I try to find online all the time, but it's like I look up American movie Brown Gloves, and it's all just like mob thrillers and bank robbery.
You just gotta get the DVD.
Just bad SEO.
Got the DVD and rip it. Like
Rip it myself, yeah.
That's what that beast over there is for.
Colvin.
It sounds Canadian.
Yeah, they're pretty much right on the Canadian border. They're very north Wisconsin.
Wait, it's not North Wisconsin.
I love the way that he curses.
It says that they're from a suburb of Milwaukee.
Oh, so not. Never mind. Yeah. That is not northern Wisconsin. I brought soda. These guys were on Family Guy, and Mark's only line on Family Guy is, I brought soda and I put it in the freezer, or something like that.
Yeah, in 2004 he had a cameo.
This feels like more put together than Channel Awesome. Yeah, low angles and Dutch angles as well. Lots of that in Coven.
You'll be happy to know the town that he's from is the headquarters of Coles.
Yeah.
Expect great things.
Canadian border, is that what you call a Great Lake? Yeah.
Terrence, I'll make sure that you both are at the same party at some point. It'll happen. It's Martha said, thank you for reminding me this movie exists. It made me so happy when I watched it 20 years. See, it'll make you happy. Yeah. Whoever is feeling whatever.
I'm happy every time I watch this thing. Channel Awesome movies are abominations. We don't have any Kick-Assia fans here.
To boldly flee.
To boldly flee. It's like when Tony Soprano gets lost in the woods. That is not just a Hooters t-shirt, it's a combination Hooters and Brunswick Lanes bowling t-shirt. That's the most Wisconsin thing in this movie.
So Midwest.
This is the only person I've ever heard talk about his Christian and Satanist ideals at the same time. Does Hooters still exist? I don't know. Although I had a really obnoxious producer on a shoot that I was on once where he was just like took the whole crew to Hooters afterwards, and that was really terrible experience. I don't like eating chicken wings and having people stare at me. The waiter's coming by and staring at you while your fingers are covered in hot sauce. It's awful.
My parents used to take me and my siblings to Hooters when we were kids.
I went to Dallas, and people were saying that when I was there. Because we accidentally went into a Hooters-type place. Like, we didn't know it was a Hooters-type place, and we went in, and nobody was wearing pants. It was like that kind of place. It was disgusting. And we told people that story, and like, yeah, we bring the kids there every Sunday after church. What?
They have good kids meals.
Like it was like advertised like it was a sports bar. Nope.
Yeah, my parents were they were like, oh, they're they have good kids. They did have, to be fair, they did have really good like deals for kids because nobody brought their kids in there. So they did have like, I think my parents, I think if I remember right, it was like they had like kids meals that like were as big as adult meals, but you could only order them if you had a kid around. So my parents would go and order the kids meals for all of them.
They did wear underwear in the place I went to. It wasn't that bad, but it was not a lot. Not a lot of underwear. But we didn't know because we go in the place and they're usually behind a podium. So like the person at the front by the podium takes us to our table, and then she turns around and walks us to the table, and that's when we realize what happened. That's when we realize the type of place we were in.
Oh, he's back.
It's Bill.
He sucks. He's so mean to him.
Mark is so bad to Bill.
Really?
Friend of yours graduated with Mark's daughter. That's cool.
Graduated from high school or college?
Good to hear he settled down. Your parents made you take photos with the Hooters girls?
There's a photo of my dad holding me as a baby.
That was the only time I ever went was with the producer. Well, the one time we went on purpose. There was the other time was an accident.
You gotta miss much. The food is about as good as Buffalo Wild Wings.
You know what I do? You know what I do fuck with though is Wingstop.
Same.
Fuck with Wingstop. Garlic Parmesan.
Lemon. They have the Nick's.
Oh, lemon pepper?
If
Yeah.
you're in New York, they have a special like Nick's lemon garlic flavor.
Yeah, they have the Nick. Yeah, I was getting that during the playoffs.
There's poor guy.
Yeah. I feel we're cutting out on your end.
It'll come back. We're not dropping frames, so.
Okay. Yeah, thank you everybody for being here. Restfell says, you ever listen to Night Moves by Bob Seger? Yes, I have. Had the classic rock station on the radio a lot when we were growing up. Actually, I grew up in a house with my grandparents, so my grandfather was very, very old when I was growing up. I was growing up with not just my grandparents, but my great-grandparents in the house. So my great-grandfather lived to be 103 years old. So there are some, like, talking to a person that's that old is, like, it's a lot of optimism involved, yeah. But he was a really sharp guy, always fun to be around.
Move.
We gotta move. I think you go on IMDb and this is the only guy who has a headshot. So I know about this one. Whoever's talking about the AVGN references. I know AVGN referenced this upcoming part. You can't miss this one. You had a lizard tongue. Did you read that one?
I did that on purpose. You got me, Eric. I'll do it again.
Oh my god, so real. You ever been on like a set like that?
Wait,
You need
what?
62 shots by the end of the day.
Yeah. And you're like,
I don't know if I ever had that many. Definitely had 40 something in a single day, and that's a nightmare too. This is what I'm talking about when I say good editing. This is good editing.
Eric, I got it back.
Oh. Oh, he gets hit so hard. Oh, he hits him so hard. Oh my god.
Motherfucker, man. Motherfucker, man.
Oh, dude. I said that so much growing up.
Oh, dude.
This is gonna be some serious takes from shit. Because something like this happened to me when I was making short films growing up. I tried to do like Indiana Jones, slide under the door and grab the hat, but the problem was I did it in the garage, and I let the gravity bring the door down instead of the timer. So like I go and reach and grab the hat, and it falls flat on my arm.
Oh.
So it's like you see it in a movie, and it's like I can do that just in the backyard. That's easy. And then you.
And you have that on video somewhere?
Yeah, I'll send it to you. That's the funny thing about making. Oh, wait. So it's pronounced Coven because coven sounds like oven, man. Oh, but anyway, I do have a video of this thing happening, and that's the funny thing about being a lifelong filmmaker is all the most embarrassing moments are caught on camera. Valhalla Cemetery. Your garage didn't have an optical safety sensor. I grew up in a house that was 100 years old, so it was a little out of date. Yeah. Did they replace the door that they broke? I think they show that that's a prop door that they put in instead.
Oh, dude, I'm sorry I tried to put your head through that, man.
I'm sorry I put your head through that. This is gonna take some shit, man. Oven could be a horror movie. I thought he was gonna be a stalker. I never did anything like this. I never did like the blood and guts kind of things. I just did like recreating movie scenes and YouTube poops.
I would always do, whenever we had a project for school that was like a film project, I would always just go way harder than every other student.
Mike looks like Meat Canyon. Oh, he's like Meat Canyon mixed with a Care Bear.
True. Do you want another one?
Yes, please. Did you like my koozie?
Yes.
One sec.
And I feel like this is part of the experience, because they're,
Yeah.
you know.
Thank you. That's why, like, I don't think at all that this is scripted. Is like,
Wait,
that's just something a kid would say.
Someone said they just graduated with one of these kids?
Meat Canyon plus Care Bear equals Papa Meat.
Apocalypse Now is such a movie to take your kids to.
Yeah, I never had that experience where I went and watched. No, that's not true. I went to Catholic school, so we had to watch Passion of the Christ every year in school. That was like...
Not even Jesus Christ
That's...
Superstar?
I will... Well, no, that's blasphemous. You can't watch... Because that's not, like, serious. Passion of the Christ, which I will say is the most violent film ever made. I had to watch that every year in Catholic school. Because that's educational. It's not smut at all.
I never really... It's movie time.
Yeah, it's movie time. We watched that, and we watched Jesus of Nazareth, which is over 6-hour long film. Every year, yeah, we watched it every year. Luckily, I mean, I was in... When did that come out? Like 2004 or 5? I was in middle school by that point. So, yeah. But yeah, no, people will show that to children in school, and that's like a thing that they show every year. But we were talking about this line before, too. I love how it has a rising inflection. You always lose. Most violent film and where he invents tables. Correct. There's a scene in that movie where Jesus builds a table. Did it make me love Jesus? Yeah, Eric, that's one of my favorite lines in the whole movie.
Are you going to see the sequel?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
I love that it has the same sequel, like, surname as, like, an Alien movie.
Yeah, it's like, Friday the 13th. It's called Jesus Goes to Hell or something like that. So... He owes MasterCard $500, so after that opening scene, he's already maxed out his MasterCard. I owe MasterCard $500.
Buddy.
Oh yeah, so your friend who graduated with Mark's daughter, like the one in the movie? That daughter? Or did he have more kids after? Because I think those kids are probably around my age. I can't stand MasterCard. Yeah, it's funny that the MasterCard thing comes up again.
It says he only ever had 3 kids, so it would be...
Oh yeah, they're probably in this movie.
So it never would be one of those kids.
So when does the sequel come out for Passion 2?
It was supposed to come out 3 years ago.
Oh.
He's taking his sweet time with it. Probably because he doesn't want anyone looking into his history again when he puts it out.
This is Mike's backstory. I had a bottle of vodka. I love this guy. He's like, I want to be patient for him because I'm hooked on everything he says. He just seems like the sweetest guy in the entire world. Does anyone still want to work with Gibson? Yeah, a lot of people are asking, at least in Hollywood, they're asking you to forgive Gibson. don't forget, Roman Polanski still makes movies.
Yeah.
People can kind of just get away with anything. For Gibson. I want to shout out a YouTube channel that I think is really funny. You ever watch Bobby Fingers? You ever seen that? It's a show where he makes dioramas of historical, like, pop cultural events that aren't caught on camera. And his first one was Mel Gibson's arrest. And he does like a scale perfect diorama, and it's beautiful. It's really well put together. But he's like this crazy Irishman.
Oh yeah, I have seen
this guy's nuts. He's so funny.
Maybe we'll watch a Bobby Fingers video together.
Bobby's named Finger. Bobby, I get it.
Drunk Mel Gibson arrest diorama.
Yeah.
Steven Seagal chokehold diorama.
Robert Downey Jr. wants people to forgive Gibson. Yeah, that's pretty awful. I've seen that video. Here's the turkey we were talking about before.
Bill.
Polanski has not been in the U.S. in at least 25 years. Not that I'm keeping up with the boy. Robert's the example of forgiven. Yeah, I get it. Like, he was somebody who was forgiven. I get it. I would argue that Mel Gibson did a little bit worse.
Yeah. Mel
bit,
Gibson's
just
problems were not...
Not on himself. Do they smoke cigarettes in heaven? How did this film come about? I actually don't know the answer to that. I imagine that it was just like a local, like, I'm going to make the next big American film. You want to film the behind the scenes documentary? And it just kind of spiraled from there. I don't really know for sure. Oh, that's like another... Everyone in this movie's constantly drinking. But you know that out of like the drunkest counties in the U.S., like 8 of like the top 10 are in Wisconsin.
Chris Smith met Mark while editing his first film, American Job.
Oh, he would have done a whole series about this. I gotta see American Job. It's probably not as good as this because it's the characters that really make this.
There's very little.
Yeah, Mark's mom is so sweet, and she's way too good to him. But I get it.
Oh, yeah, his first movie was not a documentary, so.
Average BAC is yes. Oh, shirtless Bill jump scare. Oh. I think some of the Bill stuff is a little hard to watch and kind of sad, but like both of them are just trying. Both of them are trying.
Yeah.
I think that's what makes this movie so endearing, is that everyone's trying. Like, everyone is so honest in this movie. So this is, Mark is a good boy too. He's yes, he's swindling an old man, but he is taking care of him too. But he is swindling an old man.
Yeah. Many such cases, though.
Yeah. Washing Bill's clothes. My YouTube obsession, more than anything else, I watch cooking videos. Doesn't matter if I'm gonna make the recipe or not. Oh, wait. Happy Thanksgiving. Soda. He's just so plastered all the time. Mark. I mean, Mike doesn't. Mike is completely sober the whole movie. Real. I was the first of my friends to get a driver's license, and I had to drive everybody everywhere. It's like, you can do it. So, would never tell them I won $50 on a lottery ticket.
Yeah.
I was like 19 too. Nobody ended up getting their driver's license. Short film Coven's on the Internet Archive. If you've never seen Coven, I think it's worth a watch. It's worth a watch. This is the first Thanksgiving.
Oh yeah, it's 36 minutes long.
Yeah. Oh, and even Bill is wasted the whole time too. It's just what you do in Wisconsin. And Coven is really interesting to watch once you see like all the troubles behind the scenes. It's like, how the fuck was he still able to put it together? We forgot about that.
So real.
It's the American dream. It is a movie about the American dream. I want to point this out before he says it, but there's an aside from Mark here that I think everyone needs to listen to. Not this conversation, but there's a direct to camera that's really honestly beautiful. Maybe I have seen this movie too many times that I know every line of it.
Ramona said this movie makes me want to drink this movie makes me want to drink Pabst Blue Ribbon. You should watch Blue Velvet. That'll also do that for you.
So this is yeah, talk about what we're thankful for. Thankful I won $50. I've never been to Wisconsin, no. The closest I've ever been to Chicago, and very briefly. This here. Oh, I'm gonna like get all emotional there. So, just catch everybody up to date again. We mentioned it earlier. Mike Shank died a few years ago.
Yeah.
And when he did, this was the scene I pulled up. Because Mark there, he says, Chris Smith behind the camera, he asks, what are you thankful for? Mark says, I'm thankful for this guy right here. I didn't want to get out of bed, and he put a smile on my face. And if Mike never showed up on camera, just that line right there, what a great guy he was.
Well, I don't know if they talk about it in this movie, but Mike, he had like a severe drug addiction.
Yes. They do talk about it in this a little bit, yeah. He had a severe drug addiction, but during this movie he is, because he had a really bad trip with LSD that kind of messed up his brain a little bit.
He once almost died from a PCP overdose.
Oh, yeah. So they talk about that hospital visit in here, too. But yeah, Mike is Mike is somebody that you want to have around you, and I think that really to have that guy around you, I think everyone should be Mike a little bit. I want to be that guy that comes over and puts a smile on your face. But yeah, that's my silly parasocial relationship with this movie I've seen since I was 11 years old. Try explaining headroom to your mother. I heard a little yapping cat.
Hello.
Mom is a DP. I've done the same.
Sandwich in the chat asked, "Will there be?" I watched every American movie would be movies with American in the title. I actually
movies with America.
I actually wrote that idea down. I looked it up though. There's a lot more than you think. I'd have to narrow it down.
Captain America.
It would be American Hustle, American Psycho, American
Beauty,
American Movie, American Job, American American History X, American Fiction, American Sniper, American Pie.
Why are so many of these movies just like the worst guy you know's worst favorite movie, right? Every one of these is just like that dude you knew in
American
college's
Werewolf.
Movie. American Werewolf in London?
American Gangster, American Honey, American Graffiti, American Made, American Animals.
There's a lot, yeah.
And American in Paris.
Oh, I love that movie.
And also American Pie has all those sequels. American Pickle, American Ultra, American Gigolo. American Tail.
Oh, yeah. IMDb has a list with 80 films. You ever shoot on film?
They had us do it in film school a little bit just to kind of try it.
Yeah.
But
you went to a real film school. No,
by the time NYU had an issue.
Yeah.
Up until 2012, they were requiring all students shoot every project on film.
That's
and
kind
then
of cool.
but there were people by like 2010, 11 who were complaining because they were graduating and everything was asking for digital, and they were trained on film. So by 2012, NYU made film optional.
Yeah, recreationally, I really started picking up making films around short films in the backyard around 2006. And like even then, I had like a little shitty camcorder. Never shot digital or film. Never shot photography film either.
Mama's coming out to take a picture.
Mm-hmm. Real. Why the fuck does everything gotta cost money? I shot on mini DV. Oh, okay. You know what? When I first got into professional work, we were just... That was when like a lot of studios were switching from beta to solid state disk for media storage. So the first couple projects that I shot professionally were still on beta because a lot of TV studios were still using that. To be specific, Betacam. Because I know there are sticklers between the difference of beta and Betacam.
Personally, I prefer to shoot things on Alpha.
Or Sigma.
Or Sigma.
That's incorrect. It's automated dialogue recording. Or something like that. I don't care. New drag name, Betacam. That's great. Betamax is actually a really good drag name, too. 5 American Ninja movies, too.
Oh. Oh.
I never explain what fine cutting is to people because they just don't get it. And my way of doing that whenever there are reviews involved is, you know what, if people are complaining about the color, that means the edit's fine.
Exactly.
I don't even explain what fine cutting is. One of these editing machines, I do want to learn how to use it one day, even though nobody does it anymore.
They had some like on display at NYU in the editing section, but the editing section, it was all computers. They just had like some old editing bays like on display to be like, look students, this is what we used to use.
These little silly things. I love the figuring out how to use a word processor.
I'm aware.
Okay. The little word. That's kind of one of the reasons I want a copy of Coven, like an original one, is I kind of want like just knowing that it was shittily put together in this probably in this room. That's the conception, though, is like, you know, for him, he's like, I don't want to be doing this. I'm just doing this to make money. It's like, yeah. Real.
I love this vacuum setup here.
The double vacuum, yeah.
They
But
just
yeah,
don't make them
again,
like they used to.
again, being called American Movie, it's a movie about doing odd jobs to make ends meet. I can't think of a more appropriate title.
Which is apparently what American Job also was about.
That's what I've been doing the last few years. I get it.
If you think about it, YouTube is just one big odd job.
YouTube is my fun client. I did some real estate stuff for a while. That's really not my jam, but I picked it up.
Again, if y'all are having a fun time tonight, please donate to one of the GoFundMes on this side of the screen. We are at $25 for tonight so far. If you donate again, even if it's just $1, I will write a number.
Oh, Jameson, I missed that line. Oh, I was not paying attention.
Oh.
You think Jesus thought it was natural? That's one of the best lines of the whole movie.
I love that line.
It's so funny.
I was paying attention.
Okay, yeah. Why do you have that? Why do you have that there, Mark? That's an unnatural cross. Kitty.
What?
I don't think anybody else is going to hear that, but Kitty is meowing really loud. That heavy vacuum explains the good delts. Watch out, man. I love that. You just swear, man. I love that man is not only gender neutral, but it also is applicable to all ages. Oh wow, he really just lets you do whatever, huh? Oh, he's so good. He looks just like the cat I had when I was a baby. Look at this boy. Can I touch? Oh, I can touch. Lovely.
Jacob Campo says cat. I love how Mark's hair always looks like he hasn't showered in 3 days.
Oh, yeah. Me saying
so
etc. when I run out of things to list. Oh, Dawn was your friend's classmate. Cool. Yeah, I wonder how I would feel about like having a notable documentary about me and my dad.
Right.
Where it's an extremely quotable, extremely funny movie that nerds love. Yeah, guy, dude, and man being gender neutral terms. And the problem is I've watched this movie enough times that I call my wife man. Hey, man. The Midwestern accent is so infectious.
I love how he, like, every time he's wearing a Packers hat, it's always a different Packers hat.
Yeah.
Like he has like 6 or 7 of them.
He shows up to interviews wearing Packers gear too.
He doesn't even strike me as someone who would like football.
She's your wife, man. Yeah, bro. You're right, it is a Wisconsin accent. I misspoke. You're right. It's a very specifically Wisconsin accent. Thanks, Tangerine. Somebody was talking about this part.
You give the man some cheese and crackers. Dude, he's like Wallace from Wallace and Gromit.
Mm. Oh.
Crackers.
Give him a soda.
Oh, thanks.
There it is.
Oh.
Does anybody remember brand new soda Surge? Brand new, just put on the market. Brand new from Coca-Cola.
Called Surge.
Brand new soda from Coca-Cola called Surge. Anybody remember that one?
When did that disappear?
Surge? Oh, what is this shot?
It lasted until 2003.
Yeah.
It was supposed to be Coke's version of Mountain Dew.
I can't get through this scene. They do drink Faygo up there.
Get some Faygo. Some Faygo.
Shout out Juggalos. Whoop whoop.
There was a period of time where they brought back Surge soda, but only for Coke Freestyle machines at Burger King.
There is the line that I quote the most often in this movie is, this is for the shits and for the birds. This is for the birds. It is like the Orwell wine commercial. Oh, I put that in Amelia Perez video. I do love the Orwell. That and the frozen peas one they're both great. Oh, and his teeth are falling out. Yeah. Yep.
Oh, bud.
Oh. Oh.
No, literally.
We did it already. We shot it for 8 hours. It's done. We did it. There was an actual Orson Welles Frozen Pea commercial. I think it's audio only. I don't think there's a video of it. Yeah, I do feel bad for Bill a little bit in this movie. This was the overdose you were talking about before. Yeah. This is like the most chill anybody could be telling this story. Man, I'm hooked on every word he says. I can't stop listening to him.
Yeah.
So that's a cool editing choice too. I like the just quick cut to him outside.
Super Bowl Sunday, 1997.
Yep.
Who played that Super Bowl?
Packers, and I don't know who else. I don't know anything about football, so I couldn't tell you who the other team is. Even if I saw the logo,
Yeah.
probably. Packers won? Yeah. Packers versus Patriots. Aw. Man.
Richard said,
Oh.
I was in New Orleans. Buddy of mine was jealous. Oh, it was in New Orleans.
Oh, it was in New Orleans. Yeah. One day I'll make it to a big game somewhere.
I'm going to go to the Olympics in, like, when they're in LA.
Oh, I'm going to the Winter Olympics in Milan next year. Got tickets to see snowboarding. I'm actually really excited about it.
I just want to remind the chat, if you have a little bit of money to donate, please donate a little bit. I saw one of the families in the chat, and he just triggered there's like an auto spam filter that YouTube has on live streams.
Yes, please, everybody. I know, and this is a movie about raising funds and how difficult it can be.
Thank you to Ezra in the chat for donating 20, by the way.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ezra.
Ugh. It's got his last name on his t-shirt. That's a really real feeling. It's it's kind of anger of, do I want to be like everybody else around me, or do I want to follow my dreams?
I recently watched a 9-hour-long documentary about impoverished workers in a Chinese sheet metal factory in the late 90s. It was on like a bunch of letterbox lists. I watched it on the road trip in pieces. There's so many documentaries that are just about like slice of life people, just trying to make a living.
Yeah.
That's life. Alexa, play That's Life by Frank Sinatra.
That's what all the people say.
Jeez.
It's another legendary scene right here.
It's like a howler monkey.
This is one that I show people too, is like to get people to watch this. Just lower your volume real quick, guys.
Jeez. I have not seen Ascension, Jeff. I'm assuming you're talking about the 2021. 2021 documentary.
Great Gatsby says they just donated. You turned up. Yeah, Mike's scream is so good. It's really good. It's really good.
It's a good scream.
He looks and sounds like a guy who pronounces it as theater.
Theater. Oh yeah, thank you. Oh, okay, yeah, no, there was more than one donation. Ezra donated another 20, and Kevin donated 5, and August donated 20.
Thank you, everybody. Is that Billy Crystal? I think it is.
Does sound like him. Oh, were they watching the Oscars?
They're watching the Oscars. 97 Oscars, probably Billy Crystal. That makes sense. Oh, someone said something about licensing stuff. For documentaries, there's like certain rules where you don't always have to license things because you're capturing almost like journalism.
Yeah.
It's kind of like when you do a sports broadcast. If as long as you're not putting it over the actual air and it just happens to be picked up by your camera's mic, it's typically okay to have like licensed music in the background. But I don't know all the laws behind that, so don't take my word for it. But I just know that the rules are different, and it's a lot easier to get things like that, especially if it's like on a speaker in the background.
Abe said when Evasive makes another I made blank watch blank video.
Mm-hmm.
That was for the scream.
Yeah. I gotta use that as a sound effect sometime. Besides the same 14 Ed, Ed and Eddie sounds. This is another example of like what I think is great editing is everyone talks about how bad of an influence Kenny is, and it immediately cuts to we're picking up Kenny from the jail. Abe Hoffman says, why don't we make specific groups watch movies that are actually good? We already watched Junior on the channel. That's a great movie.
Mrs. Doubtfire?
Mrs. Doubtfire is a great movie. They'll come and go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Every now, it's harder to make.
Gotta drive clicks too.
It's harder to make videos about good movies.
Mm-hmm.
Because when people watch a good movie, they don't talk.
Yeah. That was funny because Junior was a movie that I saw when I was young, and I watched it again for the episode, and it's good. It's actually
it's
really
a lot better
good.
than you remember. Yeah.
It's like sweet and
well, it's because
nice.
he took it seriously.
Yeah, and he does a good job. He's not like making fun of anybody. He's like playing it. He's playing it straight, and he plays it well. Oh yeah, also shout out to the music in this movie. The music in this movie is entirely just Mike playing guitar. They show him a couple times. Keep up the good work anyway, thank you. Oh jeez, Eric. Ay ay ay. Controversial but good movies. Some examples? Or is it like movies like the worst guy you know loves the movie and doesn't understand it? Like how the worst guy you know loves Fight Club.
I was gonna do like someone suggested to me before I made women watch The Joker.
I made atheists watch Passion. Jeez. You know what? The mic line coming up might be my favorite one of his. Perfect comedic timing. Do you do you know what cathartic means? No.
I do want to in the chat. I do want to do I do want to make trans men watch Junior. I mean, not Juno. I want to make trans men watch Juno because that's a good movie, but that is really weird to watch now.
Mm-hmm. That was a very fun graphic that I made, the Street Fighter graphic with Juno.
Yeah,
that was very fun.
That was really good.
I liked making that.
You win.
I made men watch the Barbie movie. Well, Barbie was a movie for the boys.
I made trans men watch the Barbie movie because they transitioned to get away from that.
Made guys wearing pink watch the Barbie movie.
One of my friends suggested I should make clowns watch the Insane Clown Posse movie. Big Money Rustlers. Well, they have two,
I didn't know it was called that.
They have two movies, Big Money Hustlers and Big Money Rustlers. One's a gangster movie and one's a cowboy movie. So you look at this. Big Money Hustlers.
What's the one that has... Oh my god, that's the one that has Rudy Ray Moore in it. Rudy Ray Moore is in this movie, yeah.
The description of and then there was...
What is Orc City? I made elves watch Orc City. What is that? I'm looking that up. I can't find that IMDb. What is that? Orc City? Make trans women watch Scott Pilgrim. Oh, we watch recent online meme. See, I'm 31 years old. I had dial-up internet.
I made straight men watch Brokeback
20th
Mountain.
anniversary of Brokeback Mountain, yeah.
I made
Well, that's another one that's actually a good movie.
Yeah. Okay.
Hello, Nebulous Mind. Love this part too. I love every single scene of this movie. I know, Ramona, right? Shat on the toilet. Shat on the wall. Shat on the floor.
And him explaining this while folding American flags.
Yeah,
It's poetic.
Yeah. No, I think that's the perfect time for that scene. That's what this whole movie is, and that's why it's put where it is. Like, that's his mentality of everything. I gotta clean up someone's shit, man.
Abe said already becoming a comfort film.
Absolutely. Especially when you got Mike on screen. But yeah, I mean, you know, Mark is very annoying, and he is kind of scummy with his uncle, but, like, he's honest. Mike's a great guy. And Mark is really trying. I don't know, but I would absolutely call this a comfort film. And you can't help but pronounce the movie Coven.
Coven.
But yeah, also remember when this was the making of a different movie called Northwestern, like an hour and 10 minutes ago. Hmm. Mike's a great guy. Mark is really trying it. It is the synopsis of this film. You know what? I'm gonna relog it on. I'm gonna steal that. That's gonna be my Letterboxd review this time around. Did he finish Northwestern? No, Mark never finished Northwestern.
Yeah, if you go on his Wikipedia page, it says it still says in production. Oh,
Rush tickets.
$14.95 and 19. That would be like.
That's so much money for a 30-minute short film.
Yeah.
I put out a short film last year, and it was just screened for free and most of the time.
Yeah, 99. That $14.95 would be $36.
That's crazy. $14.95 for Rush tickets. I saw Rush in 2015, and it was like $75. But also, Rush doesn't tour anymore, unfortunately. Also, Time Machine, if that's a Rush reference, nice.
I was wondering. Oh, that's right. They still call it Northwest Productions.
Yeah. There's the
Oh yeah, that
Scarecrow's
shot.
at angles shot.
Oh, shout out Jordan in the chat for donating another 10. So
Thank
that's
you,
$100.
Jordan.
Thank you so much, Jordan.
Bill is an executive producer on the film, of course.
Shout out Bill. It's alright. It's okay.
Honestly, sick as hell. I have to admit, for what this movie makes it look like, Coven is actually competent.
Scratch that. Thank you to whoever Anonymous is in the chat for donating 50. Thank you, Anonymous. So that's 150 in total. It's so generous of you. Thank you so much.
Thank you. It really means a lot, everybody. But yeah, when it comes to Coven, I think having seen American Movie before seeing Coven completely magnifies the experience of it. Because you were there now. Now you were there. You know the shit they went through, man.
If it wasn't 36 minutes long, we could watch the whole thing after this, but...
It's long. But it's definitely worth getting into. Aw. Looks better than Blair Witch. It's around the same time period.
Yeah.
This is one where it's black and white as necessity, because black and white film was significantly cheaper.
Yeah.
But I loved how it looked because it was so high contrast. And his mom is very sweet, too. Oh. Black and white easier to edit if you don't have to worry about color balance. Kinda. So I am a colorist also. Typically what you want to do in a color pass is you want to do an exposure pass, and you typically put it in black and white to do that. So kinda, yes. Oh yeah, willingly say Coven. Yeah, I don't pronounce it any other way now.
I did that, Bill.
Yeah. I think it's a very, very somber note to end the film on. But I think for the movie that's about the American dream.
I think it's really sad that he left him $50,000 for the completion of Northwestern and he never made it.
I think the whole theme about this movie is trying to do something and trying to be something profound. But the film also reminds you to don't forget to have fun along the way.
Yeah.
So the movie ends with Bill talking about what's important, and the last thing he says is, be a comedian. Make people happy.
Yeah.
While he's talking about what's the things to share with everybody else. So when you are trying to go out and do something big and whatever you're going to... Don't forget the people that are good to you along the way.
So August, he left him $50,000 like to make Northwestern, and it never got finished. Snowy said, I may have come to the realization that I'm not a huge fan of documentaries. That's fair.
Yeah. It's not for everybody.
Some documentaries are a lot funnier.
This is a movie for me that I just watched at a young enough age where I was like, I already was set. I'm like, I want to do this for my life. But yeah, I know it's like it's you know, the ending is it's a little tough.
Well,
wait, Michael Stipe is a co-producer. Like REM Michael Stipe?
Wait, what did he say when he got that credit card?
Kick fucking ass, man. I got a MasterCard.
But then what did he say? Like, life is beautiful.
Life is kind of cool sometimes. Yeah. Yeah, and then that comes back. There's another line in here. I didn't point it out when it happened, but there's a line that Mark says that I think is genuinely like really good advice, and I actually think about it a lot. He says something along the lines of, no one's ever paid to see an excuse. Like, no one says this is what we would have done with the money and what we would have done if we had the opportunity to make this. No one pays to see that. So that's actually something I think about once in a while. Is you're not going to be there to explain your product to somebody else.
All right, I'm going to start reading y'all's reviews. All right, help me read some of these.
R.I.P.
Okay.
Mike Shank, you would have loved Vapes.
Snowy, 2 stars makes no sense, and that's... But I get that you don't know how to rate a documentary, so I'm still going to give you a like.
Yeah.
Mona said, life is cool sometimes, and you just want to lay back and drink Pabst while watching pure cinnamon like this.
What did I say I was going to say? I'm going to... Where's my Letterboxd app? I have way too many apps on my phone.
I think that was when I originally reviewed this in 2021, I wrote, I love good cinnamon.
Yeah, mine was, This shit has profoundly altered my vocabulary, man. Yeah, I gotta do this again.
Eric said, this movie's pronouns are man. August says, as a Midwesterner who has lived in Minnesota, Illinois, and Iowa, and has visited Wisconsin many times, I don't know that I can like this. All right, understandable. Great Gatsby says, I've never watched a film with a stream before. Thank you for hosting. This was so fun. I just graduated with a bachelor's in film from Kansas University. And I found a lot to relate with this one. Well, congratulations in graduating with a bachelor's in film. I did that like 5 years ago. Not to brag.
I did that.
Welcome to the world of life post film degree. I wish you the best. I do these streams every Sunday, by the way. So join me for more. We're always watching things and having conversations. Oh, follow Alex on Letterboxd, by the way. You can see his review right there.
You can see my review of every single Nick Cage movie. That's not a joke.
Ezra says, this is what it's all about. Making movies, man.
Hell yeah, man.
Kudelia says, to be autistic in the Midwestern United States. Oh my gosh, yeah.
Thanks for watching this with me. This is probably my favorite movie ever. So I love subjecting people to this, and now I got to subject the whole audience to it too. This was a lot of fun.
That's cool. This was your first stream, Great Gatsby. If you want to, I have all the streams I've done before are all up on YouTube. If you want my live commentary with people for random movies for the past few months.
All of you that just started following me, just keep in mind I don't log very often, but I'll make sure.
You have notifications turned on.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah, you're a celebrity. But yeah, I'll try to log more things here and there and just stop rewatching The Simpsons and actually watch some new films.
Yeah, like The Simpsons movie.
I could watch The Simpsons movie.
Do you know that they have The Simpsons, what do they call it? They have The Simpsons, some of the specials on Letterboxd too, the ones that are not movies.
Oh, wait. I want to see what August said. Hold on. It's my favorite movie ever, and it's not in my... so my Letterboxd top 4 is just a joke, because I did this thing a couple years ago where I was going to see all the Nick Cage movies. So all my top 4 are Nick Cage movies. But if I had to make a real top 4... American movies definitely in there.
300D says Googling Wisconsin filmmaker has Mark in the top 3.
That's hysterical.
Jacob says Letterboxd. Wait, is that your?
He is. Yeah, he is.
Hi, Jacob. Richard said Wisconsin wicker wood paneling winter wasted on beers. Oh, is that?
Yeah, that's him.
Brother told me to watch it over a week ago.
That's why he looks like me.
Wait, so you just watched this with us?
No, we watched this together years ago.
But you just... Okay. Here, I'm gonna follow him. Gotta follow your whole family on Letterboxd. You gave Cars 3 5 stars.
I cried so fucking hard.
Oh, wait, is it?
I think it started something else. There you go.
All right, well, if you want, follow Alex's brother on Letterboxd as well.
Sure.
Abe said, it's documentaries like these that keep me interested and wanting to look for more. There's something nice and sweet about watching a group of Midwestern people making a small indie film and wanting to achieve success in doing so. I love that feeling so much, and I'll never let it be taken away from me. 5 stars.
That's something I love
See,
about
look,
this
you
movie.
just introduced this movie to a bunch of people, and now I'm going to leave my review for this, and it's going to be, what's the quote? I just got a MasterCard.
Oh, kick fucking ass, man. I got a MasterCard. Yeah, kick fucking ass, man. I just got I got a MasterCard, yeah.
And then what does he say after that?
Life is pretty cool sometimes.
Life is pretty cool.
Sorry, my word for word knowledge of this film. It's one of those things like this and old strong bad emails is half of my vocabulary.
As it should be. Jacob said dog. I have
no memory of watching this.
So it must have been a while ago.
Yeah.
Oh, you mean the AirPod back?
Oh yeah. Here, have
Okay.
that.
I'm gonna clean up a bit, but you entertain the chat.
Yeah, for sure.
And if anyone else leaves a review,
Yeah,
read it out loud.
I'm gonna keep refreshing that. Yeah, Jeff, you're right. I was impressed with the speed rating as well. Let's see. Yeah, as far as subjecting people to this, I have absolutely brought in DVD copies to work.
As
and
you should.
Lent them out. That one might have a little bit in there, but this one is. I'm good on this one. Thank you. I wish I knew more movies about kind of like this. Now that I know that there's more movies in the American movie universe, like American Jobs or whatever, I'll probably end up watching that. I can't imagine it lives up to this at all. But I do love movies about making movies. Shout out to what are some good movies about making movies? You ever seen Living in Oblivion with
Steve Buscemi.
Steve Buscemi's in it, yeah.
Disaster Artist is
Disaster Artist is a great one too. Living in Oblivion is so hard for me to watch because the whole movie is just trying to get the take right. It's just over and over and over again. It's like I've spent too many days on set to.
No, it's like maddening.
It's madness. Watch Coven after the stream because for someone who's I think it's Mark's, I mean, it's not like his first film, but it's like his first big wide released film. For someone who doesn't really have experience and is self-taught, it really it is really well done. Blair Witch Project, that's another good one. I love stories where like this movie with just a very small budget put together something amazing. And horror is something that is often knocked as a lesser art form, and I kind of wish it weren't, because some of the most creative things you see in films are in horror.
That's so true.
And I wish, it's also it's a cultural thing too. It goes beyond culture too, where a lot of people see horror as just a lesser art form. If you've ever seen old Italian horror films, they're called cinema giallo, which giallo is a reference to the pulp paper that horror books were written on, because horror books were written on cheaper paper because it was just viewed as that much lesser. And I think horror gets a bad rap. Jaffrey says, it's a drunkenly munch on a turkey leg in mom's basement. Scorsese could never. That's such a great shot in the movie. That's so good. Does Boogie Nights count as a movie making movies? Yeah. That's a great one. I don't know if I'd watch that on stream. I'm a little shy. I do love Boogie Nights. That's a great scene. That scene with Alfred Molina throwing firecrackers is hysterical. That's a great one. Shout out to PTA, Paul Thomas Anderson. My friend did stand up for a bit, and he had a joke after Philip Seymour Hoffman died. He's like, I was just watching MI3 with... Wait, no. Was it MI... Oh, it was MI3. I was thinking I was watching something with... Never mind. I say PTA, I'm thinking of PSH, Philip Seymour Hoffman. So when Philip Seymour Hoffman died, he had a joke that was I'm watching MI3 with PSH before he OD'd, RIP, or something stupid like that. IMDb, list of films about making films. This is number 17. That's actually great to hear. Horror movie podcast, Horror Vanguard. No, I have not. 69th film on Letterboxd. That's nice. Slacker's good, similar. 8mm is if you're talking about the Nick Cage film 8mm, not so much. I think James Gandolfini's in that one too. But that is what's the director who did the Batman movies? Schumacher. It's a Schumacher film, 8mm. That one, not so much. It's not really a movie about making movies. It's a movie about finding movies. I read it 8mm and I thought it was 8.5. I'm like, that's a movie about making movies. I read that one already. But yeah.
I'm trying to figure out where I put my AirPods.
Yeah, PTA is the GOAT. Favorite PTA movie? I actually really like It probably is Boogie Nights, but I do really like Inherent Vice, which is odd because Inherent Vice is the only movie where on a rewatch I feel like I understood it less. I think it's the only movie like that, and I think I'm pretty into it because of that.
You're saying I shouldn't rewatch it?
I think it's harder to understand when you watch it again.
I watched it during quarantine. It was already hard for me to understand.
Oh yeah.
I am.
Kevin Jamie Allen says, a beautiful, hilarious, and painfully honest look into what it's like to have a dream in the Midwest USA. Life is pretty cool sometimes. This piece of film must be up on screen. This is what happened, man. Where is this part of film? You pay to see this, you don't pay to see that. What the fuck is supposed to go here?
Thank you, Kevin.
And yeah, going back to, there's a line that Mark says in the movie about, like, nobody pays to see an excuse, man. And it's the realest shit. But you also get to see Magnolia and Punch Drunk Love. Yeah, for sure. And Philip Seymour Hoffman has a really great role in Punch Drunk Love too. There's the I don't think it's in the movie. It's either a special feature or a deleted scene where he does the mattress commercial thing. I think is hilarious. But yeah, if you've gone on Letterboxd and you see all the promo stuff for this movie, you see that Mike is on the poster. Mike is everywhere. Mike doesn't really have that much screen time, but he really does have that kind of impact on the movie. And he kind of has to be there. He's not as much the second banana as it makes him out to be, but it's great to see him there. And yeah, when, I've seen this movie enough times and I've subjected it to enough people that when the news that Mike Shank had died, I think it was 2022, 23, I had people text me over it as if it was a close friend of mine. Somebody texted me, sorry that the guy from the movie you like died. But, that's something that I always take away from this movie is that's the kind of person that I think that we should be at least a little bit. Is there a movie for next week yet? I don't know. I don't know the streaming schedule for next week, though. I have an idea for an Evasive video. Evasive makes NYU film students watch American movie. I do think it's a great movie for film students to watch. For sure. This was one that I didn't watch in film school, but I wish I did. I'm trying to think what was like the most impactful thing that I would have watched in film school. Not like I went to like the best school, but I went to community college. Old Boy. So, which Old Boy? I know which one you're talking about. Film students watch. Yeah. So, I think one of the most interesting things that I watched in film school was the original print of Star Wars. And my professor was like such a hater too, and he was just like, it's not as good as you remember, huh? Kind of thing, but we're here to appreciate the filmmaking kind of thing, and just because you can see the wires. Funeral home that hosted Mike's obituary was temporarily offline due to the high amount of traffic. That's amazing. That's the kind of impact he had. Wow. Life is pretty cool sometimes.
Okay, I don't know where my... Oh, it's literally right there.
So my professor liked the special edition crap. It's not so much that. He's just saying that more so that George Lucas was a hack filmmaker kind of thing, and it's not like the big spectacle that you remember, and people only like it for the special effects. That it's not really that good of a movie if you take away that stuff. I don't agree. I'm not a Star Wars lover, but I also don't really agree that it's a poorly put together film like he would have said it was. Mike, his BF goals, yeah.
August said, I have an idea for an Evasive video. Evasive makes NYU film students watch American movie. That's not the title is not obvious enough. It has to be, I've learned on YouTube, the title has to be really obvious.
And, yeah, I'm glad everybody's here and came to watch this movie that I see a lot of you had never seen before.
30 people here.
Or even heard of.
Seen it, yeah.
Yeah. So, really, seriously, thank you. Because, like, when it comes to, we were talking about SEO, search engine optimization before, it's all about having the familiar thing that people know to click on. So, you know, you just clicking on something that I am passionate about. That's nice. Thank you.
While I'm thinking of it, is Sandwich still in the chat?
Right there.
All right, let me
I made seniors watch YouTube poop.
Let me see if I can do this. Oh, there we go. Because you asked earlier, I want us to live react to your WarioWare edit. No, wow, I really have to like spell it right.
I saw just just Scott the Waz's right eye.
That's all you gotta see.
I love how you want to talk good branding. You just see that blue background and glasses.
All right. Wait, where's the edits? Oh, it's up right at the beginning.
Get set. We're riding on the Eagles.
This is roast. This is roast.
Yeah, it's really well done. Yeah, you did the bomb animation too. I didn't do that part.
Provided by.
Was that a Crobo Productions reference?
Side 1, track 2, the camera.
Excuse me. Lost my camera.
Sorry, Rose. I won't give you your canker. Okay, it's time to Gambino.
Well,
That's funny. I also now have Roxanne forever associated with Community. Forever
same,
now.
same.
Yep.
We can be these.
Because they make you listen to it 7 times.
Jacob says, I like when Alex shows me YouTube poops that feel as old as I am.
They pretty much are.
Well, this one was just uploaded.
I'm so happy YouTube Poops
This
are
one
back.
was from a few days ago.
I was saying earlier in the stream that a lot of how I learned how to edit was by making YouTube Poops. Larry David Cross. That dance has made it into a few Evasive videos too. Oh, nice.
Wow.
This is all your phone shit.
I love the subtitles too. Because those are not randomly generated. Those are, you wrote those subtitles,
yep.
right?
Bring a light? Yes. It's from
Okay, I wish
That's really well done.
I wish
Good
you the
job.
best in your YouTube poop journey. Let's leave a comment. What should I say?
You know what they say, all toasters.
You didn't even use that one. You
I
didn't
know.
even use that one. Art.
Art.
Absolute
Absolute cinema.
cinema.
Yeah.
That's
Thanks for coming, August.
all right.
Swayed to the beat. Then the beat dropped and we exploded into our moves. We were doing the whip, the nay-nay. We were bouncing all over the place, hitting the quan too.
Is this
And
a
then
thing?
when I
I've
looked
never
up,
seen this.
Everyone
What
was
is
laughing
this?
and cheering us on, saying things like, "Hey, oh."
it's a meme from quarantine. When was this?
That was it?
2021. Yeah. One more time.
We swayed to the beat. Then the beat dropped and we exploded into our moves.
That stanky
We were
leg is
doing
nice.
the whip, the nay-nay. We were bouncing all over the place, hitting the quan too. And then when I looked up, everyone was laughing and cheering us on, saying things like, "Hey, oh."
So this is from a video from this channel where I guess like kids could like record stories and then they would
Mhm.
animate them, and that video was from like 2015. So
Yeah.
that was like those were new dances at the time.
Oh, I see.
See, I decided to be myself and won a dance contest from like 2015.
That's something.
Anyway.
That's super.
Anyway, good. We had a good night tonight, y'all. We raised. Wait, I gotta fix my.
Thanks, Richard. Be a comedian. Make someone smile.
We raised $150 tonight. Thank you so much. Here's the whiteboard. We would hang out longer, but you do not live nearby.
I do not.
You have a trek to get back. No live stream next week. I am going to go visit my family, so I will be out of town. But I will continue again in 2 weeks with special guest Casey, who was in the Amelia Perez video. And then the end of the month, I'm going to do another live stream with Athena. We're going to do a bad animated movie marathon. So that'll be like 5 or 6 hours of us watching back-to-back crappy animated movies.
I gotta hop into that one.
That's going to be fun. And I will have you back again.
Yeah, I'll try to
Probably-
find something else to subject everybody else.
Yeah, probably like...
to.
Because now that I'm like...
I'm gonna find something weird.
I always get like different guests, but I'm starting to get like returning guests for live streams now because I have a pretty good sense of like who's good on a live stream. So I'll get you back probably sometime in the fall, September, October.
Cool.
But yeah, thank you so much for joining Movie Night, and I will see y'all at the next one.
Yeah.
Bye, everybody.
Thanks
Have
for
a
coming.
good week.